Hello, that's right, it's Nick Dutch here yet again, and today's video is a application to be a part of WitchAlan77's competition about spellcasting. He's done this competition, and basically what people do is they submit videos, they tell you what the videos, what this formula is to have this particular result by apparently supernatural means and all the rest of that. So that's what I'm doing today, and this is Nick Dutch back with his professional occultist kind of like hat on, completely unscripted video, so you're going to get all the bloopers and mock-ups and all the rest of it thrown in for good measure. Alright. First and foremost, any form of a ritualistic or a spell type activity is there for a number of reasons. Number one, to either have a strange experience, or number two, to attempt to communicate with an apparent entity, or number three, to attempt to create change in the outside world. Within occult circles, there have been very few people who have actually tried to experiment sufficiently to be able to say that yes, this, that, and the other can actually have an effect upon the outside world. So we are left with either hearsay or to focus much more on having strange experiences, and number two, which is to communicate with apparent entities. What I'm going to do is to suggest a method of communicating with an apparent entity. This is essentially still an attempt to try and get a weird experience. So we could still we could categorize this as being mediumship, we could characterize it as being spellcasting, because spellcasting is the formulation of activity, which is essentially prayer, but done with a form of action, and often the manipulation of objects such as candles, ritual objects and items and the rest of that, again to try and get a strange result. Number one, what would you do? You would make sure you are someone who does a lot of meditative stuff anyway, so your brain is used to getting into a hypnotic state of mind. Number two, you would try and work out what the nature of this spirit or entity is supposed to be like. You would give it rank, character, form, all imaginary, all made up. But you study this imaginary character, you go through imaginary journeys in your meditation where you come across this imaginary character. You build up a story associated with this imaginary character. And then after a period of probably a few months, you're actually finally ready to do the ritual to attempt to summon this particular spiritual entity. I personally prefer to do this kind of stuff before I go to bed, because then it's often in the early stages of sleep, whereby you will have your vision or your manifestation of seeing your entity that you have tried to summon using ritualistic means. And you set up your temple area, your circle, you design your prayerful ritual and the state of mind you need to be in. Some people say it's called gnosis, but I don't think that that's an accurate word. I think the best state of mind to do this sort of stuff in is the state of mind of prayer, reverent, calm, tranquil prayer, because that's like the state of meditation, alright? And you just say you do your ritual, whether you're invoking him from above or drawing him out of the ground, or do it in a traditional Gothic style. Set up a triangle and say, I'm into this triangle, invoke it into a triangle, if you wish. And then tell it what you want it to do. And then finish off your prayer, extinguish all your candles, make sure everything's nice and safe, and then go to bed. And see what happens in the first few minutes of sleep. You may be pleasantly surprised. I'll say no more on this for the moment. Good fortune, God and or goddess and or none of the above bless. Have a great motherfucking day. Bye for now.